can teach her that you can do anything at any time of life type of thing. So it was all, it's kind of, that was the wee story behind it. So
this is sadness.
This is love.
This is fun.
This is respect.
This is adventure.
This is kindness.
This is identity.
This is learning.
This is family.
This is hope.
This is community. This is nostalgia.
This is freedom.
This is life.
Okay.
Like, no audio.
Wow, a wee bit, but it's fine, don't worry.
Or is it 2 metres and all?
2 metres as well. Yeah, would you like to tell us what you brought today, Alex?
Yeah, I brought this. This is very significant in my life. I've lived in Eastend all my life, and for 13 years in this part of the city. And for the start of it, I never felt part of the community or anything. I was just existing, really. And I got this no long after going to church and gave my life to Jesus, which changed my life dramatically. And after volunteering for the church, I got involved in most things, so I got to know most people in the community. And now this is my home, and I feel a real part of it. I've got a friendship with loads of people. I made it a point to get to know people, to fit in, and just say simple words like hello, good morning, afternoon, how are you doing? That started it all off. And then, so I've got loads of friends here now, and my life's really good.
Our chat.
But there's a park near where Naomi's mum and dad live. So to walk from David's round the park and then walk back to David's, it's about a 20-minute walk. My fitness thing tells me that I walk at least 2 miles a day, which isn't a lot. But in lockdown, that was good for me. Yeah. As I said, lockdown was a shock to me. So for me, it was a reason to get up in the morning and put clothes on, because I knew I had to walk the dog. So that was how. As I said, the dog to me for the last year has been fantastic. And through walking the dog, I've met a lot of people as well. Oh dear. And
yeah, I think dog walkers have like their own wee tribe, don't they?
Yeah, I've met loads of people. But it was like I said to you before, moving here, just knowing David, but it was better than the life I was having back home, because I just felt bored. I needed something. Found myself in the East End of Glasgow, which has been fantastic for me because, as I said, I started going to the new charter, to the church, made lots of friends there, and then it was John Craig who introduced me to park run. I tried it once. I did the 5k. It took 54 minutes. I was third last. And I thought, this is not for me. So I tried the volunteer route, and I'm actually waiting to get back to parkrun so that I can complete number 50. I've done 49 so far.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I just needed that one. But I've got my t-shirt for doing 25. But within 6 months, between the new charter, between walking the dog and park run, I had over 100 new friends. And then the street that I walk along to get to David's house, in the summertime, a lot of the neighbours sit outside. And everybody is so friendly. And as you walk past, it started off as just a hello, walking past. And then it was, do you live here? Because I was there every day. So quite a few of them got my story. So this is basically what happens. So 2.5 years down the line, I don't know how many friends I've got here now. But one thing that stands out is, for me, the East End is fantastic. It's a fantastic place to live. Some of my friends back home were a bit worried. Like you're moving to the East End. And it's the friendliest place I've lived. Everybody chats and nobody really wants to know your business. But if you want to tell them something, then they're really interested. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally love the East End, and I love all the friends I've made here. And I always say to David, and to anybody that wants to listen, is I've never regretted for 1 minute moving through here, which to me is a good testimony about the place.
Yeah, and to make such a big change, just as in retirement.
I was 68, coming up for 69 at the time, and I didn't feel daunting about that. I didn't think that was going to hold me back. I'm just one of the people that just go for it. Mm-hmm. Do you know, I've always been like that.
What's me now? What's me?
Completely changed the way I do my food shop now. So yesterday when I was in Morrison's, I think everything I bought was loose. But things like grapes, I've just stopped buying them because they come in plastic boxes, but I absolutely love them. But what I was really shocked at, so I've started buying apples, just loose apples. But do you know how expensive loose apples are? Unbelievable. So expensive. In Tesco I got 2 Brayburns and it was £1.11. I mean, to be fair, they were big apples, but shocking. It is interesting, just going around it, it's forced me to change what I eat though, in order to shop more sustainably. So I definitely have had to make changes for that. But it's impossible to get everything without buying any plastic. Just trying to make small changes. You have to be willing to do these things, but it's not always easy. But I think if you are going to eat sustainably, you have to have a flexible diet. You have to.
Well, even if you're limiting yourself to what you can buy loose in the fruit and veg aisle.
Yeah. I know, and I think when you have a job, you have to. There are compromises you have to make, because at the end of the day, I've got 15 minutes of playtime to have a cup of tea, something to eat, go to the toilet, and have a break. Yeah. It's not a lot of time, so there has to be an element of convenience in there. I have this precious 15 minutes, and I've got to do all these different things in it. You just have to do those things, but I think it's when you can make the decision to have a sustainable option, you go for it, but there's not always going to be a sustainable option when you live in a world where you're having to work hard and you're limited by the routine of your day. You can be really planned, but then things will happen where you have to change. But I think if you can make the choice to be sustainable when you can, that's obviously a good thing.
But I'd rather you were treated like royalty and had it in the, in the caddies like that. You look at both like that. And it's hard to get, and we've already smashed one as well this weekend, and I was absolutely devastated. So, but I always find that if I bring these out, people kind of go, whereas if your gran was just to bring out the Sunday stuff, you'd be like, oh, this is pretty, but it's
the gold.
It's the gold, isn't it? It's very chintz. It's so, I know.
So tell me about how you started, because I saw on Facebook your post about how you just started them after lockdown.
Yeah.
Because your wee girl was it?
Yeah,
Or something?
she contracted COVID at the beginning of this, and we ended up in hospital, and it was like nothing I've ever seen before. So basically I was in hospital with her for the 3 weeks, and I kind of just thought, and I knew, do you know, that we all kind of knew that this was probably going to go on for maybe a year at the time. And I just thought, I don't know how I'm going to cope with this, because she's not at school. I took her off school straight away, and I thought, I can't cope. So while we were in hospital, I thought, do you know, I'm going to do something from the house. I'm going to put all my energy into it. I'm going to focus on it. I'm going to make sure. And it was for my own sanity. And while we were sitting there in the hospital, I've even got a picture of her in her hospital bed, me with my laptop and a cup of tea. I get 2 cups of tea that week in hospital, because they just shut the door in the COVID ward. They don't come in really. And I've got a cup of tea, and I thought I was in heaven with my laptop. And that was me starting to find a brand and a name and look at suppliers and what I could do. And literally, like you just did, I got excited, and it completely got me through everything that was happening. Obviously looking forward, you know, thinking, right, this and what I can do with her, and how she can maybe help out and feel part of it, and I can teach her that you can do anything at any time of life type of thing. So it was all, it's kind of, that was the wee story behind it. So, and then I opened up, and it became a different beast altogether now, where you'll see maybe only 3 or 4 caddies going out, apart from at weekends, but people come in for boxes of cakes. People come in and book in and get the whole high tea experience, and they can come in and say, I'm going to somebody's house. See, because we're still mid-lockdowny, it was the best time I could have done it, because it was literally the week after we opened up inside. I didn't even have tables and chairs, because I thought, right, I'll just serve from here. But I needed this kitchen so that people could come and collect and go. And that's what happened now. People come in and say, can I come and collect at 1 o'clock?
And you got to get a scone just now? Yeah, of course. We've got plain cherry, Santana, like fruit scones. Do you want it heated up for you?
Could I get...
This is life.